The Tangent Egg podcast is aimed at a mature audience. It contains themes that are not appropriate for all listeners. It's important to note that we are not experts. We routinely have no idea what we're talking about and are just three idiots sitting around a table. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Tangent Podcast. I'm Seth, and as always with me are Swoosh and John Doe.
Hi.
Hello.
Alright, so first up on the chopping block this week, Etsy's decided to take some shots against people who, throw up 3D printed slop.
As someone who often makes 3D printed slop, I approve this.
Considering, like, most of the time it's not even their fucking slop to begin with. They're fucking just STLs that flogged and printed.
Not even that. Like, half the time it's stuff from Thingiverse, where it's, like, free.
Yeah.
But they still have, like, licenses on it saying, don't use this for, like, your own profit. It's like, no, it's free, right? I'm just going to take this.
No, the nubbin on my print is 0.5 millimeters longer. So it's my print. I'm allowed to charge for it now.
Well, I mean, like, you're right, Swoosh. There was so much stuff up on free sites that people were just like, is that kind of interesting? Or it'd be one of those dumb things like, this makes it easier to get the Pringles out of the can.
Oh, God, they're fucking everywhere.
I'm sorry, if your hand is too fat to get Pringles out of the can, this is the one of the only times I'll ever fat shame people, like, maybe don't eat Pringles.
Yeah.
You need a 3D printed slider to get your cookies out of the packet? Actually, what are they, like a biscuit or a chip? I don't even want to call them a chip, but
they're a potato emulsion.
They are called a potato snack. They refer to as a potato snack because they aren't a chip.
They're a sour cream and chives flavored delivery system.
Yeah, pretty much. They're a flavoring powder
at that point,
delivery
if you
system.
can't get your hand in the tin, just pour them into a bowl.
Yeah.
Skip the bowl. I just pour them in my mouth.
Pour them straight into a feed bag and get into it.
Look, if Pringles released a branded feed bag, I reckon it would sell out.
It didn't even need to be Pringles branded. I would just buy a feed bag. It'd be fucking easier.
Yeah. Gamer brand feed bag.
It's probably one of the best episodes of Gastronauts, damn it.
Oh, absolutely. But, like, we went to a couple of, TTRPG events and other stuff around our area. So many of the things there are 3D printed, which fair, make you money, your side hustle. But all of those prints I have the models for. They are either exceedingly cheap or they are free. And in most cases, they're trying to sell them for like 30 up to $50. And it's like, flexible dragons. And if you have never seen 3D printing before, fucking amazing. Oh my God, it's a little dragon that moves.
Particularly if they've got one of the ones that can do like the multicolor prints.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And then it's like, that's not worth $50. That's like $5 of plastic. Maybe like from what I've done with them, it's about 6 hours of printing. Like $2-3 an hour for electricity. It's like, that's a huge markup, guys. So I understand why Etsy's cracking down, especially since a lot of them aren't like finished in any way. They'll just print them and then throw them.
Yeah.
They won't finish them up. They won't smooth them, do any sanding.
No,
there are
that's
some people
more
who
time
do that.
and more dollars when they can just print out slop and fucking get rid of it.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they'll take a black Nico and do an eyeball, and that's better.
Occasionally. If you pay extra. That's how it goes.
$6 for Nico'd eyeballs.
Exactly. But it's just, every time I see a stall or something that sells 3D printing, it's like my brain just goes, I have all this, I know this is a bad thing. Like, and every stall has the same, selection. Your only difference is color.
Yeah. What spools did they have lying around?
Pretty much. And it's why I print a lot of stuff, but I throw it at people. It's like, here, take this. This is a gift now. Get it out.
I have 1, 2... There's a third one here somewhere. Face huggers that you've printed and just handed to me.
Yeah. I literally turn up to breakfast that we have on a Saturday and throw 3D prints at people. It's like, here, this is yours now. And everyone's like, I do it for work as well. I just have a bunch of stuff and I give it as like a lucky dip. Like, choose what you want, take it. And everyone's like, I should sell these. Like, to who? Everyone either has a 3D printer or knows someone's a 3D printer. There's no point selling this now.
There it is. There's number 3. I knew there were 3.
That's right.
This is the one where you tried to see how long the tail could be.
Yeah. But no, I completely understand why Etsy is cracking down on it. It's people will game any system they can.
The thing that perplexes me about it, though, is, well, no, I get why, but you have all this stuff. It's always the lowest effort stuff.
Yeah.
And I understand that, like, yeah, that's the fucking point. But, like, there are really cool 3D prints of, like ships and stuff you can get.
Oh, yeah.
That would actually be cool to give to people and sell.
Mm.
And they have similar print times to slop, but they just keep making slop.
Yeah. It's that, and I have so many of those kinds of like ships and stuff because I print them just as a visual representation for D&D. It's like, this is the thing that you're on, like that basic kind of level.
I actually really like the one you did for the sci-fi game we're running right now. Being able to see what the ship looked like is actually really handy.
Yeah, and because that one is a custom-made one by like some guy on My Mini Factory, there's so many plugins, because I found that, like, oh, you guys are going to want to modify this ship. You want it to be your ship. This has so many options. They feel, oh, we want a platform at the back. I got you. Like, this is the thing. I'd rather the door be here. Fucking aces, I have that. That kind of stuff I love, but it's just the generic, sloppy, kind of random shit. Like,
I mean, the go-to is the flexible dragon.
Yeah.
Fucking ever. There's so many variants of it. This one isn't a dragon, it's a unicorn. It's so lazy.
Yeah.
Hell, do it, at least run it in something that's cool. I don't know if you still got it, but I remember you had an Onyx you did, but you did it in glow in the dark.
Ah, yeah, no, that one ended up with a mate's kid. Because
Cool.
they were a fan of Onyx.
But like, the Onyx itself is like, so what? It's basically a flexible dragon, but looks different.
Yeah.
Oh, but you did it in a material that does something interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Try and sell that stuff if you can. At least do something with it so it doesn't feel like absolute garbage. Find some prints that are kind of cool. Maybe sell those.
Yeah.
A lot of the ones you've got come with commercial licenses.
Oh, yeah, I back a lot of stuff on Kickstarter,
Yeah.
which, if I can get it, I get the commercial license tier, because they're normally lifelong. But if you don't get them if you get them after the Kickstarter, it's only like, 5 years or something.
Yeah.
So,
But there's really cool shit that's not that much more effort than printing a shitty flexi dragon.
Yeah.
But
like, hell,
Etsy's been...
I will sell the Dragon Ball skulls I have before I start selling Flexi Dragons.
I've still got that cell one you did for me. It's fucking mint, man.
It looks really good. I like them. And because I know I've dealt with the guy directly to get the license, it's like, I am one of like 4 people who have a license for this. But I keep seeing them pop up places like, I know you don't have a license for that.
I think the big thing that's really going to get people, even if they did any of the shit we just said, is the fact that the big thing is in the TOS, the thing that's getting people is that you have to have made the model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's no longer I can just jump on. Even if you did pay for some $150 model and print it, Etsy's still like, no, you just printed it. You didn't make it.
Yeah. That people will just start making their own sites for it. A few already do.
Yeah. And I mean, we see them at every festival or thing we go to. There's at least one store who someone has a 3D printer.
Yeah. Like, honestly, with 3D printing, you have to pick a market, like a niche thing, and aim for it. There's a few things that I've got lined up with LARPers and that kind of stuff, because they want fantasy-based stuff. And it's
a friend of
annoying to
mine
find.
actually made a chunk of cash because he... this was back when I used to do a lot of Gel Blaster stuff. There's an understanding that there is a close combat, but they don't really make a lot of accessories for it because gel blasting's not really milsim. So he actually made money going to a big chain store for gel blasters in Australia and selling them 3D printed kunais.
Yeah.
So that players could have a melee weapon.
Nice.
And because they didn't sell anything else. So when people came in looking for that stuff, they just bought his stuff. So he got a pretty good cash stream from it for a little while.
Oh, definitely. If you can make a deal with, like, a local distributor of that kind of shit, it's amazing. Or
but that's what I mean. Like,
he
did exactly what you're suggesting. Find a niche, supply it. But I mean, like, that's the rules of everything, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Find a hole, fill, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
But everyone always goes for the perceived niche. It's like, oh no, I can muscle in on this one. It's like, no,
This
there's like
thing is
500
popular. I'm going to do the
people
same
there.
thing as everyone else.
Yeah.
God, it's like we've been doing it for 3 years in some kind of recorded format.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it's like, as a 3D printer, I completely understand why Etsy's cracking down on it. Because it was pretty bad for a while.
Right, do we want to get the super angry topic out of the way?
Yeah, sure.
Well, angry / depressing.
Pressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depranger.
So we found
It's
out
very
recently from Paramount that, they're not doing a follow-up movie to Transformers 1.
To which I say they should go fuck themselves. That movie was amazing.
Hate
Just the
money?
dumbest fucking thing. Like, how good was that movie? To not
Fantastic.
follow that up, but to follow up with some of their other fucking bullshit? Like, god damn.
I have
I mean,
shown that movie to non-Transformers fans and created new Transformers fans. Like, it was great.
I mean, it's one of the movies that's like, here's the lore. Here's the deep lore that people who like this franchise know, but if you just watch Michael Bay, you don't.
Yeah.
And I think that's great as a jumping on point, because so many people get in the middle, like, Michael Bay, and then they talk to people who know Transformers and like, okay, here's the fucking lesson you need to understand.
Yeah. That's like Transformers Light. That's just, milk toast over there. If you want real Transformers, welcome to the comics.
Oh, the IDW comics are absolutely...
Oh, God.
That's the best this franchise has ever been.
One of my favorites, though, is still the Steam one, where they get stranded in the Gold Rush era. So they're all trains and like very early aircraft and that kind of stuff. It's a really good one.
But that movie, like, I think when that movie came out, we had, I'm pretty sure there's an episode of this show where we go on about that movie
Oh, there
for like
absolutely is.
20 minutes.
Most of the show, yeah, like a majority of it is just the.
So I'm not going to relitigate it, but like, yeah, it was amazing. I think our main complaint was it was too short, and that was about it.
Yeah.
The heel turn for Megatron was a bit quick. That was all our only big thing for it.
Well, having known like that they're not doing a fucking sequel, I think that movie was about another 3.5 hours too short.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Give me a Snyder cut of that. Tag another 2 hours onto it.
Oh,
At
hell's
least
yes.
when they did the video games, they were willing to do the before and then up to the arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just like, this is the division. Okay, now how do they get to the arc and go to Earth? Well, we're not doing that movie.
Yeah. But even then, it's just like, they had set up for a new villain entirely, which was those like weird organic things.
I think they're the
floating around.
quintessons in that.
Yeah. Which, that would be fun, watching them defend Cybertron and everything falling to shit because Megatron wants to be a dick in the background and, fight a war on two fronts. Because he's an angry little little idiot. That's just, okay. I'd be okay with that. I would happily watch that. But why didn't they? I know it did well.
Yeah. Did critically well, did good at the
That's
box
the problem.
office.
It did well. If it had done shit, then they could have thrown more money at it to make another shit sequel.
No, just tax write-off.
Actually, no, it's... In their eyes, they must have seen it as mediocre, so it didn't make enough money to warrant a sequel, but also wasn't a bomb.
Yeah.
And it's like, you have a dedicated fan base. Just aim at those people now.
Yeah.
And work on it. You'll be
That's
fine.
the problem with these fucking... Like, they try and make a franchise of anything without aiming at the people that already like the fucking franchise. They're too busy trying to bring in a new market to worry and not worrying about the market they've already fucking got.
Yeah, fuck the new market. If you look after the fans, they will love you, and they are fanatic, hence fans. It's like, if you get them on board, you are set. Just look at the Michael Bay movies. They're horrible. I still watch the majority of them in cinemas because I really enjoy Transformers.
I'm pretty sure we went and saw the first Transformers like day 2 or 3 it came out.
Yeah, we did. We were still at uni for it.
Yeah.
Because like a group of us, like I think it was like 10 of us in the end.
Yeah. So it's like, we were pretty down for the Big Explosions movie.
I remember we got halfway through it and we all just sat there like, this isn't Transformers, but I'm really enjoying the explosions.
Yeah. I feel like that's Michael Bay's, gift to cinema, is knowing exactly how long to wait before an explosion has to happen.
Pretty much.
25 seconds. during the previous explosion.
Do you remember the Commonwealth ad he did?
Oh,
Come on, guys, got blow more stuff up. Just runs off after making a Mad Max stop motion thing with kangaroos and koalas. It's like, I don't know what this is, but I'm on board. Like, I will give endless shit to the Michael Bay Transformers movies because they do kind of go off on their own little tangent. But then there's like the Bumblebee movie. It was fucking great. I like that.
It was amazing.
Mostly because
we never got a sequel to that.
Yeah, they just kept Michael Bay away with the stick. Like, no, bad Michael, go away.
Well, I mean, the other useful thing is they created 2 entire new characters to be the villains, so they could actually kill the characters.
Yeah.
But, like, they did a Bumblebee movie. They could have done an entire spin-off of the Spotlight comic book series.
Yeah.
I would happily watch a Ratchet movie just to watch an angry ambulance yelling at people.
I would have loved to have seen the RC movie, because holy fuck, she is nuts in the comics.
Yeah. She's... Because, like, everyone always forgets that both Bumblebee and RC are scouts, so they're proficient in fighting and stealthy things. It's like,
RC's a little more like Spec Ops slight assassin.
Yeah.
And broken. Like, they tried to give a gender to a non-gendered object. It's like telling a toaster it's male, or telling a toaster it's female, and it tries to deal with all of that while just being a toaster. And so they sort of have to lock it away because it goes nuts and just fucking kills things to the point where it's like, there's the thing that made you. Let it go. And carnage happens. It's so good.
They use RC as a threat at numerous times with against Megatron's. Like, do I have to go get RC? He's like, no, we're fine. We're going to go over there now and not deal with that. Goodbye.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing is, all this Transformers stuff, they haven't ever gone into the mini-cons stuff. And that's where shit gets really fun, because the mini-cons are meant to be like, essentially the cogless, in a way, because they can transform, but mostly into weapons. So it's like you plug them on and you have a powerful weapon.
Masters and shit.
Yeah. And it's like every time you get close to it, because like if they had done a sequel to Transformers 1, you could bring in the mini-cons. Yeah, no, they were hiding somewhere else because shit was on fire for God knows how long. And, you know, what's his face? The evil Prime, who wasn't actually a Prime, just couldn't find them. Because he couldn't find Starscream for years, which already shows how fucking shit he is.
Well, it's because he wasn't looking.
Yeah. Because he's like, oh, every time I went to the surface, I went looking for you. No, you went on a straight line to the Quintessons, and then you went home. Like, don't
Maybe
try.
Danced about in the desert for a little bit to kill time.
Yeah. Can you tell we're salty about Transformers?
Yeah, look, I don't even have... I've never bought any of the figures. Actually, no, sorry. Slight lie. I did get given Optimus Primal when I was a kid.
That was cool.
But my housemate has loads of them, and he's got some amazing figures. He's a big fan. I just like the franchise. Although I think the Prime TV show was probably one of the best ones they did.
It was pretty good.
But I really like the versions of the main characters in that one.
I still have warm, fuzzy feelings for the old, God, what was the Beast Wars stuff?
Yeah.
I can't go back and watch it now because the 3D hurts me. But I really did enjoy the story.
Well, I mean, actually, you'd be surprised how much lore of Transformers actually comes from Beast Wars, not from any of the previous stuff.
That's how we found out Starscream is immortal.
It's how they found out Sparks in general.
Yeah.
The whole concept of them having a living spark within them is from Beast Wars. It's not from anything else. And there were like 3 seasons of that show before Beast Wars ever happened.
Yeah. I just love that at one point in Beast Wars, Starscream Spark appears just to take over Waspinator and make him competent for one episode.
Or like the big reveal at the end of it when they're fighting and it's on Optimus Prime's chest.
Yeah.
Like just the sheer scale. It's like, oh, that's the scale of this. Holy shit.
Yeah. And poor Dinobot, man. Like, he was great. We haven't had a proper, like, Decepticon defector since Dinobot. So that made me sad.
So you just... If you haven't watched Beast Wars, do you like Transformers? Go watch Beast Wars.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch.
If you like Transformers,
put it on in the
you
background.
haven't watched Beast Wars, do you really like Transformers?
Yeah. And join us on the Rat Trap hate train, because he's an annoying little shit.
Well, that's because he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that... I was like, we're going to be angry about this, and instead we decided to nostalgia about it.
Yeah. It's the
It tends
only
to
way we
happen.
can cope with this fucking bullshit that could have been.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's like you said, it's like the thing that could have been. It's like we didn't get this. We were never promised this, but we want this so badly.
So apparently the big media companies are coming for your VPN.
They can pry it from my cold, dead hands. I need it to live.
More that, like, well, you really don't. You just need to not be a dick on the internet. You probably don't need a VPN.
Look, I'm preparing for when my toaster goes sentient and tries to kill all humankind. If it doesn't know which country I'm in, it can't kill me.
Fair. But, yeah, so they're basically getting uppity at VPN companies because apparently they're making it too easy for people to do piracy.
Oh no.
Just like the ISPs that came for first.
Stop making it too easy for me to want to do piracy.
Yeah. If there is an easier option, we choose it, as we proved when Netflix first came out.
Yep.
Like, piracy dropped to damn near gone in Australia. And we were one of the big, things for piracy.
Only because
for a
we
long
couldn't
time.
get the shit we wanted.
Was it season 3 of
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones? We beat out Australia as a country, beat out Russia for illegal downloads of the episode.
Yeah. Pretty much. Like, if you make a product easily accessible through one source at a reasonable price, then we will choose that. But if you keep making everyone has their own streaming service or everyone has their own finger in the pie and the prices keep going up, people will choose the easier option.
Yeah, but they just want to blame the VPNs for it.
Yeah, because then it's not their fault that people want to pirate.
It's about like back when what was the original music torrenting site?
Napster.
LimeWire.
Napster. Yeah, when they started going after those, like, oh, they're going to ruin the music industry. It's like, not really. They're going to ruin the producers of, things. The artists will continue. It's fine.
Well, that's part of also why artist contracts have gotten shittier over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And really, the thing that's killing the music industry right now is Spotify.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're putting ads on their thing now, like their subscrition, which is annoying the shit out of me. So I might just drop it.
What? You want to fucking slowball that shit past me again?
Yeah, so apparently, Spotify came out recently going, oh, we're going to start, trialing ads on the subscription service. And everyone's just gone, no, you're fucking not. What do you mean? We're paying to avoid ads. Oh, but we've got a new tier. Because they're doing that bullshit. Oh, we've got a higher tier where you don't get ads. It's like, no, I'm not playing Ring Round the Rosie.
Let me guess.
Thing.
I can't remember what the actual price of the subscription for Spotify is, but let's just say for this discussion is $10.
Yeah.
They're going to do that thing where it's like, so what we're actually going to do is we're going to lower the price to $8, but you get ads, or you can pay us $12 to have no ads.
Yeah.
See, you're almost correct because they're not lowering the price. That's the way it works now. They don't change the price, they just add a new tier. Because if you're already paying that much, they're hoping you'll forget and keep paying that much.
Or you'll pay the new tier.
Yeah. And at that point, if I'm already going to be listening to ads, I'm cancelling my subscription. I'll listen
they're
to
not
ads.
just saying, oh, we're discontinuing this tier. We're going to put you up to the next tier because now the tier below you has ads, and not actually get rid of the tier you're on. Just put you on the more expensive one.
Yeah. I'm honestly
a couple of
surprised
companies have done that, and they've been kind of yelled at, so I think everyone's sort of holding off on that one. Everyone just sort of tests the water every couple of years.
Microsoft,
if they do that, they wake up the
both done
ACCC. Yeah. If they do it hard enough, the ACCC will just wake from its lair and start, looking at them, which no one wants.
No, but we need enough stink kicked up for that to happen.
Honestly, I just want, if enough of them happen, and we just go to the ACCC, please, can you just look into the fact that they're having subscription services with ads? That's double dipping. That isn't right. just
I
signal.
mean, that's free-to-air TV.
They never gave a fuck when pay TV started having ads.
Yeah.
That is true.
Because it's no worse than normal TV as far as I'm sure they're concerned.
It's just, I hate it.
Yeah.
Capitalism ruins everything.
Circling back around, yeah, cool media companies come for the VPNs. It didn't work when you did it with the ISPs. Why is it going to work now with a bunch of people whose entire shtick is we don't know what our users are doing, go away?
Yeah. It's like when you look at a news website, like, please turn off your VPN. It's like, no, every second word's an ad for you fuckers. Like, if I want to read your article, I need to have an ad blocker or something on so I don't get harassed by these. Or at the very least, I get interesting ads. It's really fun. Change your VPN, see what weird ads you start getting in Belgium.
And it's why I've gone back to Firefox now, because I can actually put fucking ad blockers on everything again.
Yeah, same.
So, I don't want to dump on Gearbox every time I bring them up. I would really fucking love to give them a W for goddamn once. But what the fuck is with the collector's edition for Borderlands? Not coming with the fucking... Oh, Borderlands 4. Not coming with the fucking game.
That had... Like, because I thought that was, like, a meme originally. It's like, that's funny. And then, like, I looked at the actual things, like, no, the game isn't included. What the fuck? So you're paying for a bunch of add-ons to a game you don't have.
Yeah.
And you get, like, a little...
It means you have to spend an additional in Australia, $110 to get the fucking game.
And that's the base game, by the way. The actual, like, other editions on Steam, what's the biggest one? $200?
$200.
Yeah.
For the base
all
game
the skins,
and
all the DLC.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just the DLC and skins, I think. We went through it before we were recording, and it's all striated and hard to find and read. They're clearly trying to bury the lead on what you get and just go, just pay us $200.
Just,
You hear that, America, and you're $80.
I really hope that no one buys them, but they will. I know gamers need to like vote with their wallets essentially and not buy the big thing, but people keep buying the big thing.
Yeah,
stop it. Get some help.
Especially when you wait a year or so and you can probably pick it up with all the DLC released in one pack then.
And in a
that
more
might make it worth $110.
Yeah, and it'll be a more stable format because they've gone through all the patches and everything. Like, I don't trust games straight out the bat anymore.
I give the benefit of the doubt, but I'm usually waiting for that bug.
For some studios, I will definitely go with it's probably gonna be a solid game on launch. But for others, it's like no, you're gonna release
trust Gearbox.
Shit.
No.
Yeah, no, I'm at this point, it's like no, I'm just gonna watch that.
I trust them about as much as I trust Ubisoft at the moment.
Oh god, Ubisoft. They've been pretty quiet lately.
Oh no, I think they've realized ways to screw the pooch.
Oh really? What have I missed?
They're just floundering around. I know there's some shareholders scared because they're trying to sell up on parts of themselves. I think they've fired a few more people recently.
Look, I don't like shareholders of any company because no matter what happens, it's always line go up. Why am I not getting more money than I put in? Like, please fuck off and let the business do its thing. Like, you are a shareholder. That's great. You have helped finance. Go sit in the corner. We'll call you when you have profits. Okay? Okay. Like, they should not be in that much control.
Yeah.
So, I was just sort of trying to find the article because it was like, we're talking about Ubisoft. Where's the Ubisoft article I have? Yeah, so, they run Rainbow Six Siege, which has now gone fully free to play. If you want to check that game out, you can. And then alongside it, they dropped their most expensive skin yet for the game, which is $50.
They didn't just do
still
that,
less
though.
than most. Yep.
They released the most expensive skins ever that you can buy with in-game currency. They also decreased the rate that you can earn that income currency by almost 10 times.
Yeah,
fucking
saw that. That's a dick move.
So it went from earning 100 coins, whatever it is, in a few hours of gameplay, you're now down to 10.
Yeah. That's missing.
That's like the free-to-play grind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like that. But, like, at least the game is free-to-play.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the game was already basically free-to-play.
It's true. It was like, what, 10
The last
bucks?
time I checked out Rainbow Six, like, the actual game, it was, like, free for me to start playing, and I could only play the rookie character.
Mm.
And it was, like, $20 to unlock. It was, like, it was fucking cheap.
Like, it reminds me of when World of Warcraft went free to play for the first 20 levels.
Mm.
And it's like, alright, that's cool. And then they had their big mods and everything. It just got really weird.
Point is, Ubisoft went free to play, put out their most expensive DLC piece ever, and people's in-game ability to earn the points in-game to buy that skin. Incentivizing them further to just cough up the $50.
Late stage capitalism makes me sad.
The thing that I hate about this that I saw is I went $50 for your top tier skin. That ain't bad.
Yeah. Like, compared to other games, it's like, oh, that's not bad. Like, look at Diablo. It's just...
Or like the Ninja Turtles one for Call of Duty. If you wanted to get all 4 characters, it was like 200 and something bucks. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was like $40 for each one or something.
So it's like, yeah, $50 for your top skin. And the fact that I feel that way is really fucking bad. I hate that.
That used to be an entirely different game I bought, not just a skin in a game.
Yeah.
Fuck, we are just turning into old people, aren't we? Like, get off my lawn!
I mean, we are of that age that you start a podcast with your friends, and we have repeatedly complained about the youth, so...
Fucking youth.
Children. we are a group of like white males. The collective noun is a podcast, so
yeah, we're just grumpy in the background. But the good thing is we hate everyone equally. It's just like we don't care who you are. If you're a dickhead, we're gonna treat you like a dickhead.
Yeah, pretty much.
And even if you're not, you might be. So
yeah,
you're a dick.
Yeah, we'll treat you with the kid gloves for a short period until you prove yourself as not a dickhead.
I kind of feel like in Australia, it's sort of like, I have never talked to you. You might be something bad. We'll treat you with, stay over there. Oh, you have talked to me. Now you have either proven yourself a cunt and can fuck off, or, still pending.
For me, it's like I've talked to someone for an hour. How often have they mentioned crypto? If it's at all, alright, you're a cunt. It's
going to red flag you straight away.
Yeah. Bastard.
Yeah.
So, the director of Stellar Blade has come out saying, yep, he's cool with the adult mods of their game.
I mean, understandable. Like, he knows his audience. Look at that game. Yeah. It's gorgeous. It's very nice.
I will admit, I am still pretty grumpy with the amount of times I've just heard this game referred to as the Guna game.
Yeah, but everything's a Guna thing for the new peoples.
Anything with a female protagonist, almost. But this is the only one that's being called a Guna game. But
it's because you have all these sexy outfits.
You play the character, you can see why the conclusion is jumped to almost immediately.
Oh,
but the bloke who said he's fine with all the adult fucking skins has also come out and said, like, your current mods are weak sauce. Like, where are the mods that actually change the gameplay, that do something different in the game? Like, granted, there aren't exactly mod tools for the game, but he's saying do something, change the game, do something else with it. Don't just throw a fucking skin pack in there.
Yeah, like, I love some of the stuff you find on Nexus Mod Manager for, like, other games. I always find it funny anytime anything from Bethesda is dropped. It's either the first mod up is either a nude mod or a kill children mod.
Or a
There's no in between. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing these days.
Thomas the Tank Engine always makes an appearance. I still love, I have it on my Skyrim that all the dragons are Thomas the Tank Engine.
But it's just irritating because, like, I'm playing this game and it's actually a pretty competent character action game.
Yeah.
And some of the monster visuals are fantastic. It's just like, yeah, it feels really reductive to just say Guna game.
Actually, no. What I'm waiting for is a mod for Stellar Blade, which is I have a girlfriend. It just puts all the characters in like comfy clothing, just so you don't get in
Everyone's
trouble.
in a bulky tracksuit.
There is a like you can find a skin for comfort wear, which literally just puts them in a tracksuit, and
I love it.
yeah, I understand why there's that in there.
Fair.
So, I believe it is Book Week?
It is Book Week. Was it? I kind of forgot what book we were reading because I finished it really quick, and I'm like, I have a backlog. I'll get to my backlog. So I've gone through a bunch of other stuff.
This book was Backyard Starship. It was my book.
I had to do a refresher.
I enjoyed it. It was like just cruise little sci-fi. It didn't really hit any hard topics. It didn't really do anything over the top. I enjoyed it. It was just
it was great.
I'll pick up the next in the series and I'll use that when I don't have anything else to listen to.
Yeah, absolutely. I really enjoyed the bird character. He was fun.
Yeah.
Just snarky bird. This is amazing. I love this.
I don't know if it happened for either of you two, despite the fact they didn't describe him that way. In my head, he was the self-aggressive cockatoo.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
I went cockatiel at the start. Just a little squawky piece of shit.
I eventually landed like vulture-esque at one point. Like I don't know why, but I feel like he should be like hunched and be covered in like claws and things.
Fair. I don't know why. Every time they started he started getting like snippy, all I could imagine was the crest popping up.
Yeah, definitely. But it was entertaining for the idea of it gave me Green Lantern vibes. Where it's just like, oh, you've been chosen to do a thing. Go to the center point, meet the person who's going to train you, go off and do things, have fun.
The whole thing, you don't actually need credentials. It can be hereditary. You're now a space cop. And someone thinks you're a dick, so they grab your cousin who you don't like, and now they're a space cop too. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Like, what are the requirements? Can anyone be a space cop?
Apparently. But I really enjoyed it. There were some weird parts to it, but they were all fun. I like the parts where it's like, oh, someone should do something about this. It's like, mate, you are the space cop here.
Yeah.
You're the person who has to do something about it. And every time he's like, oh no. Oh, I'm the adult in the room. This is bad. It's well paced and very fun.
Yeah.
I love the characters. Do recommend.
I think the only thing I'll say is this really feels like baby's first sci-fi.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think it's only because I've read a lot of science fiction that I'm like, this feels a little simple.
Yeah.
But that also made it, as all said, it was a really easy read. There was nothing like, oh, I need to roll that back because I've missed something.
There's no hard
It was always like
in it. It was just...
Yeah.
The only time I ever had to roll back is because I was playing games while listening to it. Occasionally, I'd just be assaulted in the game. I was like, oh god, I missed a bit in my book. I'll go back.
Yeah.
But,
it was fine. I similar will probably maybe pick up some of the other books in the series once I've got through some more of my backlog and I'm a little more indecisive about what I want to read next.
Pretty much. Like I finished that one and basically went straight to heretical fishing again. So
next one of that's out in August.
Yeah. Keen.
Very much so. I mean, have you guys read many books this month? I know I've gone on a fucking tear, and it's absurd. I just saw how many books I've read in this month.
I just looked at books listened to since Backyard Starship. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 finished, and I'm on halfway through the 9th. So
Jesus. Well done.
I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'm working through the 11th.
I think I've only had like 3 that I finished off, but I've had to switch jobs internally, so I'm learning a bunch of shit, so I don't get to sit there and listen to books as much.
That's fair enough.
But now that I'm trained, I will get to do that. So, I'm going through my backlog. So like the Heretical Fishing 2, I'm finally like most of the way through.
Cool. Hurry up, get 3 done. 4 comes out in 2 months.
I'm keen. It's going to be fun. What was the other ones? I was finishing off some things with Bobbyverse as well. I think it was like the most recent book was in there. Still loving that series. It's great. But yeah, that's basically me.
I mean, I've just been like sequel books and then new stuff. Because I did the 3rd book of Dead Tired, did the 12th book of He Who Fights with Monsters. The series needs to ditch the main character.
Yep.
Yeah. I love it, but at the same time, it's like, he's getting too powerful. Switch to someone else.
Right. Or he's too powerful for his tier, so we can't mismatch it too much. It needs to go. I want to just adventure in Palimasters again.
Yeah. I went through books 7, 8, and 9 of The Legend of Randomly Ghost Hound, which is fun.
Sounds fun.
Book 5 of Azeroth Healer, which is really good. Beers and Beards and Path of Ascension.
Yeah, I did Beards and Beers as well. That was a fun book. But, I mean...
I've been seeing Path of Ascension pop up a lot, but
it's really
I haven't got around to that.
It's like straight out... it's not really isekai people being pulled into a world. It's just... There is a magical system out there. The main character gets sort of a basic broken skill and finds skills that work with that. So it isn't as detrimental. And he builds up from there. I've really enjoyed it. It's probably my second favorite after Primal Hunter at the moment. He Who Fights with Monsters dropped down the list significantly with this latest book.
It has.
Yeah. I really did enjoy Primal Hunter. That was like the first book for that was really fun. But I've never got around to the next one.
12th one came out not long ago.
Oh, wow. Jesus, there's so many.
I mean, I finally got around to reading the one I threw in my backlog just because of the name was interesting, because it's the Murder Hobo series.
Yeah. How was that?
Yeah, those 3 books are actually really good.
Nice.
It's a really fun sort of way they did the magic and skill systems. Like, you touch an orb and it identifies your power, and then you get sent to another dimension to learn how to use it.
Oh, that's fun.
So, like, all of the mages are completely different. Like, the druid gets thrown into this plant world, and he has to grow his own food with his magic, but he's being too impatient. So the guy who runs the place just grows roots through his feet and goes, "You're gonna stand there until you fucking get it."
Nice.
Like, the mage has to go to a world where all magic is represented with their actual name. And has to go and find spells and tame them and bring them into a grimoire so she can cast them.
That's pretty cool.
The titular Murder Hobo character is just like an all-strength character who just... It's good. It's just super fun.
Is that full Murder Hobo?
Yeah, full Murder Hobo. The book Something, Anything, and Everything.
So technically, he's a transmuter because he transmutes people into red mist. That's how it functions. It's alchemy. That's all it is.
Yeah, like, I just threw it in there because I had to read the full Murder Hobo series at some point, and now I have. And it's done after those 3 books. So
I always liked the
complete series. Nice.
Yeah,
that's good. I like the Primal Hunter first one because they do something similar where it's the system takes over Earth. And to incorporate people, it's like, right, everyone in your local vicinity has been thrown into a world. Go. And people have like a ongoing like count of how many people are left alive. And for some reason, everyone's like, oh, if you're the last one left, you get a special prize. It's never actually stated as that. There was like, that's a thing. So, of course, there's a bunch of idiots going around and killing each other. It's like, why? Just why you do this? But the main character just falls into a dungeon. It's like, oh, okay, I'm here now.
Nice. And yeah, the last one I have finally started reading, and I'm almost up to date on the Bobbyverse.
Nice.
I do love the first few books of the Bobbyverse.
Those first 3 books make a really solid set.
They really do.
Quite honestly, if they hadn't done 4 and 5, I'd have been like, good work done.
Yeah. I honestly really enjoyed the way they did their fighting, because everything had to be set up like months or years in advance. It's like, right, we're sending a bunch of just ballistic shells halfway across the universe to maybe hit these guys over there, in case, if they don't change course. And it's just watching that from the outside. It's like, this is entertaining. I like this. and the variances in the copies of Bob as he makes new versions. And some of them are so different.
Yeah. I do feel like it's starting to get a little unfocused at the point where it's at.
Yeah.
I'd really like to sort of lock in and pick something it wants to really explore.
Definitely.
Because the first 3 books really feel like that they knew, like, everything was laser pointed at the couple of important topics.
Yeah, because the first book was all about the other drones that were out there from other countries. Because they kept turning up. And then the book after that was the new threat coming in and
the others.
Issues, the others. And the third book was like them at the end going, oh, there's something behind them. They're running from something. I was like, oh, okay. Then there were otter people and dragons, and it got a bit weird.
Yeah. I'm not saying bad, but just the focus feels like it's not quite there.
Yeah.
Not the direction I expected to go. One of the guys just going native on a planet. Didn't expect that. Very fun.
Yeah.
Where he's just like, I'm just going to 3D print a body and send it down and be assimilated by this tribe. It's like, okay. And he ends up giving them culture. It's like, okay, this is fun. I like this.
Yeah, we all kind of devoured some books this month. I don't know what it was. This month I was just super geared up and I was like, books. I need books.
Yeah. I'm getting that urge again. I go in waves. It's like, I don't want to deal with books. Then suddenly it's like, I need all the books.
I mean, sometimes like the only book I'll read that month is the book we choose for this show.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't want to read anything this month. That's it. I'm done. I've read my book. And then there's months like this where I'm like, I'm on book number 12 for the month.
Yeah. Thankfully, with like this new role I'm in at work, it's like I don't want to say it's completely more brain dead than my other job, but I had to be actively thinking more in my previous role because things would go horribly wrong. But this one's like copy and paste the things, do the stuff, send the certification. We're good. So I can just brain off, do the thing, listen to a book. But yeah. Well, that means it's my turn to choose, isn't it?
It is. It is your turn in the rotation. Let's see if we get Swoosh's stinker.
It might happen. There's a couple I'm umming and ahhing about. So...
Oh, you've got to pick one.
Well, that's the thing. One of them's a pure fantasy. The other one is not quite a lit RPG, but it's the whole isekai. Someone's been summoned to another world, go do the stuff. So I'm leaning towards the more generic fantasy one. Because, I want something different for a bit.
It's your choice. Go for it, Margo.
So I'm going to go with The Mage from Nowhere. So it's by B.T. Naro. And we'll go through the blurb. So, not a legend, not a protector, not even a sorcerer. Tarak was just fine with that until in a single day, his whole world was taken from him. So, Tarak is thrown into a strange city with just a few coppers in his pocket and a tainted shadow of his family following him. At least the ale is better. But famine and poverty make it a little hard to enjoy that. With no one to call his friend and almost no knowledge of sorcery, Tarak will have to compete with the best sorcerers if he wishes to remain free. Tarak has done a pretty good job of avoiding what his single-minded father called his destiny for 17 years, but now his identity is revealed and it's drawing more attention than a tear through a rump of his pants. Oh, tear. I'm really good at braining today.
You are brain good.
You're doing so good right up until there, man.
I am English gooder. It looks like an uphill road, but there is some major bonuses. It turns out sorcery is not as complicated as his father made it seem, and not every sorcerer has to be as virtuous as the old dog. So, this just seems like a kind of magical, coming-of-age, fun fantasy novel. So, it's also 18 hours, so that's not bad.
Nice.
It's a nice, solid one.
2 books in the series. Nice.
Yeah. It's only a short one.
Damn it, another series I'm going to have to fucking follow.
Yeah, I'm good at that. I bring all the ones that aren't done yet.
I mean, most of the books we've been reading are part of series that aren't done.
That is true.
I'm pretty sure we're allergic to finished books.
Oh, definitely.
No, I just think authors are allergic to finishing their books.
Especially if they come from Rainbow Road or any of the other like online
Royal Road
stuff. Royal Road. That's right. My brain went full Mario Kart for a second there. But yeah, anything for the ongoing Royal Road and those kinds of websites, I don't see ever ending. They're going to end up getting the Simpsons kind of thing with it. You overstayed your welcome. Just please end. But that's my pick for this one. It looks entertaining. It might be my first botch. Who knows?
I mean, you gotta get one on the board. Me and John
I do. I feel left out. Like, I haven't picked a stinker yet. Like, not a complete stinker. There's been a couple of nearly, but nothing major.
That just means that when it does come, holy fuck, is it going to be a bad one?
When that one finally comes due, I'm screwed.
Can you find the book that eclipses The Last Hacker as worst book we've read?
Oh, guaranteed if I manage to find a proper stinker, it'll be like the sequel to that somehow. I'll find that. That'll be my month. Like, yes, he made the sequel. We're reading it.
It's going to end up being like a lactose intolerant full fiber diet stinker.
Yeah. We're going to demolish the toilet. Like,
but quite honestly, if he actually did put out that sequel to that book, I would absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I would definitely
all over it, because that's a train wreck that like you can stand in the middle of and not be actively involved.
It's morbid curiosity. It's like, I have to see. Did he ever end up touching a woman? Does he know how human females act now? Because, oh god, don't get us on that tangent. We'll sit there for like the next half hour talking about that book. Jesus Christ!
Anytime we talk about bad books, it's just like, and I've said it before. We read that book 3 years ago. It's still the gold standard.
The value of Bitcoin changed so much in that book. I'm pretty sure it changed more often than Bitcoin did.
I think this book is the reason why Bitcoin had a slump. People are like, no, we're not doing that.
Oh, man. Fuck, he really loved that. Oh, everything's Bitcoin. It's like 1 Bitcoin for a Coke. And then it's like 1 Bitcoin feeds an entire city. Like, what? What are this? Yeah, no. Bad book. No like.
Right, so we got a little time left on the episode. And do we just want to... Oh, no, wait. I was about to say something. I was going to suggest something for us to do, but we can keep doing our game genres.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, true. We didn't do it last week because we had a 2-hour episode. You're welcome.
Yeah, no, we got to the end of that thing. It was like, we're done. We've done too much. And we didn't even do all the shows, for Christ's sake.
You could hear all of our brains frying in their own juices at that point. So
I threw out the first 2 of them. We did the first-person shooters and RPGs.
Yep.
So, Jondo, what category of, what genre of game would you like to discuss?
I would like to step back to a genre that has lost a lot of popularity.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to look at the RTS.
Ah.
It's nowhere near as big as it used to be. But
we grew up through most of the best RTS games that came out. We
all grew up in the golden era of RTS.
Yeah.
But all I can think of is like there's the classic Command and Conquer, but the reskin of that for the Dune RTS. Did any of you play that?
Yeah.
Holy fuck!
Yes,
I remember that
I don't
one.
think I played the original one. I remember playing Dune 2000, which was the sequel to the original.
Do you remember the Star Wars reskin for that one?
There was a of the Dune 2000. There was a bundle that came out with. I remember getting on my PC that came with the original as like it was hidden in the code of it. I don't know if I actually got a legal copy of it. I can't remember that, but I got this game. I was like, holy fuck, this is awesome. I was like, wait, there's a whole nother game here? What the fuck? Yeah. It was so good.
Nice.
I
mean, you've got to throw a little cred to Blizzard for StarCraft and
Warcraft.
Warcraft. Jesus, I almost got a World of Warcraft. It's that for so much longer now.
Wow.
Just Warcraft, because I mean, I didn't really play the first Warcraft. That was a little too old.
I still like if I do something and like if I finish a job around the house, my head still go, job's done. Like
yeah, same. That was that was the second game, I think.
Second and third.
They said
both had that.
the third one they got really absurd with it.
Yeah, that and things like just every so often someone calls your name, just respond with Zug Zug. That's how you can find the nerds.
The one I'll actually always remember is the I think it's just the mage guy from the third one when you're playing the Death Knight. All I see is blackness. Oh wait, my hood is down. That one I always remember.
I still remember the heyday of Warcraft, where it was like, especially with WoW later, where you could just walk down Queen Street yelling Loktar and just wait for someone to yell back Loktar Ogar. It's like, I found the nerds.
I don't think people realized how many universities were around that street.
Oh yeah, there were so many.
But Warcraft 3, like the split of that for Dota that came out of it and how big that birthed an entire fucking genre from just being a mod. That is massive for making an entire game from that.
I played a lot of the original Dota, like back when it was still a mod. It was great.
I mean, like as you were saying earlier, the Command & Conquer games. I mean, come on, not only the original mainline series with Kane, and the fact that was just a dude around. You would think it was like the writer of the Command & Conquer games is the guy who plays Kane. He's not an actor. He's just a dude who works there.
Yeah.
I can't remember if he's the director or the owner. He's high up in the thing. I remember that from an interview ages ago. But yeah, they just sort of did all these live action things, and he became a complete icon of the franchise. The Tiberium Wars was a great spin-off and amazing, and probably the one that's endured the hardest. Good old Red Alert.
Fucking oath.
Ah, yeah.
And Tim Curry. Holy Jesus.
Spice!
The fucking
I love
best.
it, man.
Too bad that's the third Red Alert, which wasn't that great.
No.
Yeah.
2 was really good.
So even like stepping onto the aren't just straight out flat world base builders, like it also spread into the 4X genre and going into games like Homeworld and that kind of stuff. The first Homeworld was like a fucking eye opener for me for what the games could be.
Especially with the whole persistent fleet thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You kind of get used to with RTS, it's just being like, you build your base, your guys come out, you do your thing. And then in Homeworld, it's like, no, whatever ships you have at the end of the mission, you're taking that with you. So you can actually capture some really powerful ships early on and just have like this legacy of your entire quest across the galaxy represented in your flotilla.
Yeah. But also, the scaling of that, like if you did really well early and got some massive ships, the game was harder later on. Like more enemies spawned in, which is fucking amazing. You can't just like steamroll the entire thing. Oh, that's 2, I think.
I was about to say that was the difficulty setting for 2.
Yeah.
Which actually kind of breaks the game.
Yeah.
It does. The other one that always sticks with me was like Age of Mythology, of course, because that was an amazing game.
I mean, hell, that one's getting an expansion pack soon, so...
I'm probably going I think that is one of my favorites, but Supreme Commander has a warm and fuzzy place in my heart because I lived in a share house where at random times someone would just yell Supreme Commander and like all of us would join the LAN. It was so much fun.
That was the game that made me feel like there was scale in an RTS. Just like when you're like you're having all your little engagements, and slowly you're getting better and better, and you're getting further and further, and it's like now I'm just shelling your base from mine.
Yeah.
You really feel that like this is a big map, and these are big things that we're doing.
Oh, definitely. But I think Supreme Commander is my favorite of that genre.
That's pretty fair.
It's hard to take that one away. I know it's like mostly rose-tinted glasses and nostalgia, but I enjoyed it. So.
Yeah, it's very fair. I think the RTS I have the softest spot for is probably one neither of you played, Ground Control.
No.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I doubt you would. Its whole thing was it wanted to simulate bullet physics.
Oh.
Interesting.
So all its artillery actually has full simulated firing arcs.
Oh, wow.
And things like that. So like terrain was a massive impactor on how far you could shoot. It was really good.
I will say you can get the Ground Control Anthology on Steam for $13.20.
Yeah,
Ooh,
they're
nice.
old. They're not new games, but they're probably games most people haven't ever played. And yeah, it was all based on this sort of like positioning, like the idea that you needed to position units in the right terrain to maximize fire range to make your units the most effective.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know why. Like anytime I'm like, if I could play any RTS right now, it'd be Ground Control.
Nice.
There was also, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was a Tom Clancy RTS that came out on the 360 when the Kinect was a big thing, and the whole thing could be done with voice controls. So you could name your units and tell them to go to a grid pattern or to attack an enemy type. And holy fuck, did I dump time into that. I fucking loved it. Like,
I have no idea what that is.
It was like you were in a control center just sending troops around to counter shit. And it's like, oh my God.
I remember that one because you were raving about it at the time because we were, that was years ago now. Fuck, what was it? That's going to piss me off.
Oh,
God damn it.
I remember exactly. I know it was a Tom Clancy game.
Well, while you search that, do you remember Sins of the Solar Empire?
Fuck yes, I remember that.
But now we're drifting into 4X territory.
That's scraping 4X. Still,
if you want to talk about things that are crossing boundaries, I've set my Steam to RTS. One of the big things on it is like Overlord 2. It's like, that's not an RTS. What are you talking about?
Amazing game, though. Definitely going to talk about that when we talk about probably more adventure type games.
Oh, hells yes. That's going to be in my top 3. Just sending the minions into houses that come out wearing kids' clothes.
Amazing pair of games.
I really wish there was another one, but I don't think we'll ever see it. Are we still searching for the Tom Clancy thing?
No. End War. Tom Clancy.
I remember End War. Yeah, I remember End War.
I never played it, but I heard it was pretty fun.
I
mostly
fucking
from Jondo.
Loved it.
Yeah.
They did a couple of others that was sort of they tried to touch other RTS games, but they didn't have the voice control in them. There were a few other really good ones in there, but End War was the pinnacle for me.
That's fair. I would just name my squad something stupid. It's just like, Steve, go over there. Philip, protect the rear. It's like, it would be horrible.
There was another one that I'm trying to remember, which you needed, far out. You had artillery strikes and you actually had to lay them out on the map and time them for the enemy troop movements to land, like, be crossing over your artillery and shit. It was so good. But fuck me if I remember any names.
I remember that.
See, this is the biggest problem. It's like, I remember loving these things so much, but like, some of them are just like, you're fuzz now.
Yeah.
You're just part of the I've shot tanks at things.
Like, I remember I sunk a lot of hours into Star Wars Empire at War, which is just the reskin of Age of Empires with Star Wars stuff. That was entertaining. You can play as Wookiees and just murder everything.
How did we not mention Age of Empires, for fuck's sake?
Yeah.
I mean, I was always a little more Age of Empires 1 than 2, but I played... It took me... I was really late to the party on 2. But I mean, like, those two games are quite... Like, they basically still prop up that franchise. I mean, they did 2 more games, and then they just went, we're just going to remaster 2 again and start making new content for 2.
Yeah. Look,
that isn't an admit you fucked up.
That game is so ingrained that you can just walk up to people and start going, whoa, and just watch them panic. It's great. It's ingrained in us. It's like the Red Alert, not Red Alert, the alert tone from Metal Gear. Like, that's still, like, a friend of ours has that as his ringtone. It still freaks me out. It's like every time it's like, it goes off, like, ah! It's like, ingrained. Like, someone can see me, run!
I know it's the radio's noise, not an alert noise.
Yeah. But whenever that goes off, like, on his phone, it's like, yeah. Like,
although, speaking of RTS, I was trying to find it. There's actually a new one out that I actually think looks really interesting. which is called Tempest Rising.
Have we talked about that one before?
No, it's just straight RTS. It came out like back in April. I meant to look into it, but I never did. And yeah, it looks like really old school Command and Conquer.
Oh, it does. It looks very interesting, actually.
I haven't played it, so I can't comment on that. But I keep meaning to get around to having some spare time to go play an RTS and get Tempest Rising.
$70 for a deluxe edition is not bad. It actually just looks like old school.
Yeah,
like even the end screen of the trailer, like, oh, that is pure 90s right there. It's like 90s, early 2000s.
Also, the first Dawn of War game. It's close to RTS.
Oh, yeah, true.
Oh, that just got a nice HD lick of paint too.
That became.
Yeah, the original Dawn of War, peerless title that.
Yeah.
So good. Hell, all the Dawn of... Well, there are only 2 Dawn of Wars. We don't speak of the third.
We are kind of almost through the era of RTS, I think. Like, you don't see a lot of them coming out apart from indies. Like, the big wigs have moved away from them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was going to mention that even if you like, all these things are like stuff you basically got to pay for these days to play.
Yeah.
There is one called 0K, which is basically free Supreme Commander that gets updates all the fucking time.
I love it. Oh, 0K. Look, I love me some Supreme Commander. I might have a look at that.
Yeah, it's quite literally, it's just free Supreme Commander that gets more map and content updates.
I love those kinds of things. Like
World in Conflict. That was the other RTS that...
Ooh, I remember World in Conflict.
I had a really good time with just trying to time artillery strikes and gun runs to cut across fucking infantry that are about to flank you. It's just... so good.
See, this is the problem, though, with RTS. It's such a thing that, unfortunately, I think of in nostalgic terms.
Yeah. We think of them as already being dead and gone.
Because the only one anyone wants to talk about anymore is StarCraft.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, I love me some StarCraft, but at the same time, there are other things I'm interested in.
But, like, StarCraft back when, like, expansion content was an actual fucking expansion content. Like, Brood War for StarCraft was fucking... That was just a whole nother game tagged on and was fucking amazing.
Well, I mean, that's because of how that content had to be sold back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Add the fact that they have, not Bethesda, but thingies like animation department, like Blizzard's animation guys just throwing out stuff. So all of their cinematics were gorgeous. Like, so much fun. And their lore was entertaining.
90% of which was made up on the spot by one guy.
Pretty much. Like, honestly, remember when they did the Warcraft movie? I'm very sad they went the way they did with it. I kind of wish they had done a StarCraft movie instead. Because you could get away with sci-fi humans a lot better than fantasy humans.
Yeah.
But, like, they had a massive opportunity when they got to do StarCraft Ghosts, and they got rid of that.
A third-person game in the StarCraft setting? How could that have been bad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes me sad. But it's one of those weird things that I honestly don't think of RTS as often. But when I do, it's like there are certain ones in my head that immediately rise to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all
and
got
it's a
that,
strong
that
pull to
itch
play them
that,
again.
that pops up when it's like, RTS? Ooh. And now I'm probably going to go through, I'm going to download 2 or 3 RTSs, I'm going to give them a crack, and then I'll probably never touch them or think about them again for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Maybe
but in
you'll
5
be able to play
years,
them really good. Like, you could play them on the TV with the Fire Stick and everything. That might be good.
Yeah. Well, the problem is with that, there is input lag. And
True.
or not so much input lag, which is why I can't play other games there. But sometimes if there's a lot going on, there's display lag. And a lot can fucking happen in a couple of seconds.
Yeah. Suddenly, broadsides out of nowhere.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our opinions on the good old RTS genre. And I think that'll round us out for the week. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
See ya.